Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wizards Outlook. Joined as always, we got Cardell Dudley Jr., Raymond Lyons, and I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. Before we talk about the Wizards, as always, we get a quick word from our folks over at Oohs and Ahs. It's just the start of the week, so y'all got several opportunities to get over there this week. Enjoy half-off signature cocktails during happy hour, 3 to 7 p.m. daily at Georgia Avenue. Again, happy hour food starts at $6.95. Get over to oozandahs.com to see the menu for hours and more. That's both the happy hour menu and the full menu order from Georgia Avenue today. All right, Cardell, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on tonight's loss to the Raptors for the Wizards?
Man, they got played in. They got all played in every way, and even got to just say how it is. Even Coach Ansel, uh, he's looking like a first-year head coach. You know what I mean? It's just bad across the board in the sense that I feel like the scouting report is caught up with the same teams have adjusted, and the Wizards are failing to adjust. And it's not all on Ansel. I'm not from that cloth where you just blame the coach for everything. These are veteran players. They won championships. Um, they should know how to win ball games. And right now, they're just out of sorts, out of sync on both ends, man. I mean, defensively is where they're supposed to hang their hat. It was cute at first. Everybody was fresh, you know what I'm saying? And they win the games and all that. But now, like I said, teams have adjusted to them. And what they're doing is they're making them switch. You know what I'm saying? They're putting them at pick and roll, and they're attacking certain guys that are liability defensively. They're not really even doing too much, man. And the Wizards know they are. So other guys are over helping to try to keep those guys from being fooled. And they're giving up their man wide open, giving up shots to their man or backdoor cuts or whatnot. And it's causing frustration, as you saw a couple of Wizards players arguing or whatnot because of that. And then on top of that, because of the new adjustment by the NBA, the guys can be a little bit more physical. They're not hitting shots. So now you being forced to defend, and you're not hitting shots. That contributes to fatigue, and then obviously that the frustration don't help you on that. On the other end, the outside Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they got nothing from anybody. Like not one Wizard showed up tonight outside Contavious Caldwell-Pope. I was on the mind front. He only got 9 shots. He only missed 1 shot. I was saying get him the ball. I'm like, dog, go Kobe on him. Put him up. Like you don't even want to see them want to play tonight. Perfect from 3, perfect from the free throw line. He was high. He had 26. They needed him to get about 40 or 50, and he was hot enough to do it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by like the first year coach. You got to see that. You got to see like even when he missed, it was still bouncing in. It's his night. Give him the ball. Bill and Dinwiddie, I don't know what the hell is going on with them, man. Like Bill hasn't looked right all season. Let's just call it what it is, man. He hasn't shot the ball well all season. Dinwiddie started off high, but it's just like looking at the post game, reading it, trying to read between the lines of what he said. He said a lot of guys are in go mode. You know what I mean? So can't get shots up if I don't have the ball. That's what I mean. You starting to see a lot of little stuff simmering starting to come out. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely. And my thing I'm looking at the Wizard is who's gonna step up and have that uncomfortable conversation. It can't be Trez because he always do it. Because now at this point, you could say he's gonna be the guy like, here go Trez again. So you're gonna tune him out. It gotta come from somebody that don't normally speak up. And you know what I mean? And this is not and I'm looking up and down the roster who is that guy gonna be? Because it seemed like it's issues within the team that they're tiptoeing around. And I'm like, y'all 14-10. Y'all 8 of the next 9 are on the road. And the one at home is against the Utah Jazz. That like this little stretch can finish your season if you ain't careful. You know what I mean? Like literally finish it where you out of playoff contention because this could put you behind the 8 ball. And as we've been talking about all season, there are young teams that are growing up quickly, rapidly, and they're not playing games. They're trying to get theirs too. It's just too much talent on this team. We having a defensive breakdown. I mean, guys running into each other, not communicating. Then offensively, it's like guys forgot to be them. Like play basketball, just score. And I understand. I understand that. I understand guys are used to playing a certain way, but and us trying to push a unselfish brand of basketball and whatnot. But when you see yourself with 12 points in the first quarter, come on, man. Like that's Bill by himself. That should never happen with this team. There's too much offensive talent. Something has to give, and it got to start with some conversations, some tough conversations where the roles are clearly defined. And until that happens, you're gonna keep seeing these up and downs. And we've seen it coming. We've been seeing it coming the last few weeks. We've been saying they're winning, but we've seen some bad habits that are building up, and they're not correcting them. It's coming, it's coming. And now you're seeing it. They were just down, 40 the other night, you know what I'm saying? Against the Cavs, 30-40 against the Cavs. And then you come out laying egg like this on the road to begin the road trip. It's just not a good sign, man. It's really not, though. So uh, I don't know. This is crazy because it's like a far drop. And for those of the people who've, kind of been trolling us and stuff like that, as you can see, it ain't got nothing. It ain't always the coaching, bro. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I understand Ussel has his growing pains, but you have experienced players on here who should know better. And defense should not be this big of an issue, man. It's just a matter if you want to. It's just a matter of communication. I feel like none of the guys want to, and it's definitely not enough communication. I feel like guys are tiptoeing around each other. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta have that uncomfortable conversation to get where you need to go. And I just feel like until that happens, we're gonna keep having results like this, up and down play and whatnot.
All right, how about you, Ray?
Yeah, this is they got back to back embarrassing performances, man, and it's unacceptable. Like Cardell mentioned, it's too much experience on his team for this to become like it. It looks like this is about to become commonplace, and they got to put a lid on that immediately. And yeah, you're gonna have to step on some people's toes. You're gonna have to hurt some feelings, man. Like everybody grown. If you want to win, then something gonna have to give. Yeah, they had nothing going on either end of the floor. Uh, like Caldwell Pope had 26 points on 9 shots. He's got to get more opportunities in a game like this, especially when nobody else can do anything. The very least you can do is put him in a position to continue his success. And then they just look undisciplined on offense and defense. They cut the lead to 12 a couple times, and I think each time they got it to 12, they came down and shot a reckless three. Like that, and then Toronto will come back and immediately score. That just kills all your momentum. Like I just don't understand, man. If the thinking was we got to get it to single digits, but you can get it to 10, then get a stop and come back and get it to 8. Like you don't have to get it all in one play, and it's not a 12-point shot in basketball. So just keep playing, man. And then like what I don't understand is during those stretches when they made the runs, they were playing solid all around basketball like we saw to start the season when it was 10-3. Moving the ball, players are moving, they getting backdoor cuts, guys are cutting down the lane, getting easy layups, and then they come down and have 4 useless possessions in a row and don't get stops. And they right back where they started, down in the whole 20 points. So yeah, man. So, I don't know, man. They need somebody in the moment, like not only after the game in the practice or whatever. They need somebody in the moment to kind of corral them and calm everything down and say, "Hey, man, we going off the rails here. Let's get something good." And Dinwiddie was doing that at a point in this season, but it looks like even he's becoming frustrated and disengaged with things that are going on. And I mean, I don't know what leg he has a stand on because his play is inconsistent as well. But I don't know, man. This is it's concerning at this point, and it's early, but like we've been saying, this month is rough. So they got to get a handle on it like ASAP because things start snowballing and you can't and it's out of your control, then it's going to be a real long season. So yeah, I don't know. It's a test for everybody. This is Unsel's first head coaching job, but he is experienced, but it's his first time being at the helm. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds. The players, man, again, it's too much experience on this team for this type of stuff to be happening. Somebody should be able to say, "Hey guys, we stinking it up. Let's look in the mirror and let's get this thing back on track." And with the talent they have, it shouldn't be this hard. We've seen them play well, but again, the scouting report is catching up. Teams are finding out where they can exploit them, and they're doing it with great success. And no adjustments on the Wizards side are happening, and the effort doesn't look the same. So yeah, it's just it's just a cocktail of issues right now that they've really got to get a handle on before things get too far out of hand.
Hold on, Wilson, before you go real quick, Ray, I want to ask you this. Do you think guys are pressing because they sense Rui and TB is closer, especially Rui, he's on the bench now, closer to coming back, and they understand, if all things are equal, he's a better player, he's a full-time starter or not. Now you see guys that are pressing, playing outside of, honestly outside of themselves, trying to, I guess, show Unseld and the team that they deserve to be on the floor. You think that has a lot to do, and that's frustrating other guys like, yo, just play your role. Do you think has something to do with it?
That could definitely be it. It's I think we say a lot. It's easier to play with nobody looking over your shoulder, but they know what Rui's capable of, and they see him inching back to getting on the court. But if you're pressing and having these results, that's just gonna make it that much more easier to put him back in front of you. I mean, eventually we all know more than likely he's going to end up being a starter anyway. He just got to get himself back in game shape. But yeah, that's a good point, and that could be leading to some of the erratic play we're seeing because we've seen guys kind of, when they're playing like within the offense and doing just things that are within their wheelhouse, we've seen the results. With Kuzma, every time he just kind of plays the game where he maximizes what he brings, he has outstanding results. Yeah, man, I don't. And then, Denny, we just talked about him pressing anyway. He's got to calm down. Bertans, he's pretty much a lost cause at this point. But yeah, you could have something with that.
You see him on the bench.
It's different. It's different when when he's not around. It's easy to throw your support, and not saying they still don't support him, but when they see him get that means when you're seeing him on the bench and that stuff, that means he's practicing with the go-go and things like that. Yeah, it means he's about to come back, and guys' minutes are going to get snatched. But the only way to keep him is to produce. But like you said, man, all things being equal, Rui's the best option. So, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a juvenile attitude. I get it. They want to be competitors and all that, but the goal got to be to win games, man. So, I don't know, man. Especially when the minutes gonna get snatched anyway, because none of them better than Rui. So,
bro, in the league, that's you know what I'm saying. Like you say, offer support, but not at my expense. Like, I like the dude, but damn, like, don't take my minute. I'm like, you see what I'm even TB. Like, I love Gav, you know what I'm saying, but he's still kind of learning how to play that position. Like, some of the fouls he picks up, it's just like, dog, why? Like the dunk Boucher had, he already up there, dog. Just let it go. You compounding it and you making it tough because you really the Wizards only shoot big man. Montrez, I don't think people realize 6'7". He's just ultra aggressive, athletic. He got some long arms, so it allows him to play much bigger than what he is. But he's still 6'7". So that's a 2 guard and a smaller end 2 guard. You know what I mean? So, when he gets in foul trouble, I mean, who else would Gill? It ain't, you know what I mean? And that's what teams are banking on. They really trying to attack him, get him in foul trouble. Now you have no rim protection. Now it's open season. Now guys really have to guard on the perimeter and keep that man in front of them. Which some guys just ain't got it on the same. It just is what it is, man. So that's what you're saying. And I've talked about this before. Defensively, I mean, it's one thing to lose confidence in guys offensively and stuff like that. But when you lose confidence in them defensively, you definitely start overcompensating, and then You know what I'm saying? You overcompensate for him, and then you're messing up. And that's what I really think you see with the Wizards. It's just an overcompensation for guys not being willing to play defense at times, and guys being just not being smart on it and capable, man, and not understanding how to play angles. Just be solid, dog. Just do them a favor. Like, you know, all right, fine. You may not be the quickest, you may not be the strongest, but keep the man in front of you and just contest. And then box out. You see what I'm saying? That allows guys to stay with their man and help you out. But it's sad when you come down on a break, you take one picture, and then you get back to your man. Then as soon as you turn over, the dude already dunking. It's like, what the hell? You're like, what the hell is going on? It's too quick, man. And I think they really have no trust defensively. Like, let's be real. And that's why Gaffer's going for everything. He like, dog, like, that's how he make his living, blocking shots, being rim protection. But he's picking up fouls because he's just trying to say he at least give maximum. He at least gives effort game to game. You see what I'm saying? Even if the decision maker is not the best, but he's like, damn, what I'm supposed to do? Just let him have a layup drill. We've been seeing them do layup drills the last 3 possessions. I gotta do something. And it's just, look, man, they got some soul searching to do, dog. Because you should be getting blasted like this in back-to-back games, and one of them a young team without one of their top guards. You know what I'm saying? I know they're big, but they're still a young team. And even the Raptors are fairly young, man. You know, Pascal Siakam he just had his way. He just took part. He destroyed Kuz and whoever they put on. He just and he just coming back. And the thing is, they don't even have OG. So the league real, man. That's why I just don't understand. Like, you know, but some of these guys, they better start playing better, or they're gonna disappear in more ways than one.
I mean, I'm with you guys wholeheartedly, like you guys said, talking about Rui coming back. I could think of off the top of my head, that affects like 4 to 5 people's minutes right there. Not like 1 or 2, but like legit 4 to 5, because he can play multiple positions, which means, you know, like right now, you know, as corny as it is, like that little circle of trust in terms of who Coach West can kind of trust on both ends of the floor. That circle's only but so deep right now. It's a very small circle. And those guys aren't always on the court together. And, you know, Cardell, Ray, you guys both mentioned, I also have no idea what's going on with the backcourt. The two of them need to figure that out, get it together. Like you said, conversations need to be had. But I think, Cardell, you mentioned it I think like this was like before the season started, right after the trade happened. I think we were talking, one of the things you mentioned was like, you were just one of the ways where things could go south with some of the guys that came over trying to do a little too much to kind of make up for some of the narrative or the stink or what people might have thought about them from where they were coming from, right? Coming into the situation. And I thought that was a great point back then, and something I kept in the back of my mind. And to what you guys just brought up tonight, I think that's a great point. I think there's a lot of things adding to it. And then just overall, I would say there's only a couple guys on the roster I feel that know like securely who they are on the court and comfortable with it fully, where, you know, there's not pressing. Like we know Rui, for all things up and down, Rui's going to be Rui Monday through Friday, through Sunday, through whatever. He's Rui. KCP is going to be KCP. Trez is going to be Trez. When Trez isn't Trez, we be like, anomaly. You put the check mark down and you keep it moving. It's been a while since we seen TB. One thing we never had to worry about, TB was TB consistently. And right now, like, again, I'm excluding the backcourt because they need to get their stuff together, but we look at everybody else. We can't say the same for everybody else. And that's tough. Like you said, how about this? Like you guys mentioned, this is a first-year coach. I got to help him out some. Yeah. And this is what we're talking about. Help him out. Because you're not. The fact that he can't trust, but like a couple of y'all, and some of the ones that he could trust, he barely knows them, and they're not available. So, you know what I'm saying? Like at least he knows. Again, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know Coach West, but you know, just from afar, Rui's consistent. TB's consistent. Like we know those things. They're consistently who they are. Do they need to get better at some things? Of course, but they're consistently who they are. Right? Like I know KCP is going to be KCP every night. It's a matter of how many opportunities. Like it's like we just know it's about everybody else. Like he's going to be fine. Tonight he got 9 opportunities. He knocked down 8 of them.
He
went to the
gotta
free
get 20
throws.
plus up. He gotta get 20
Hey.
plus up.
And that's the thing. That's a whole different conversation of, hey, X player needs to get the ball more versus I wish X player would settle down and do this.
Mhm.
It's just like, hey, get him more touches. But we know what he gives you, like you guys with Gafford. And that's also not fair to Gaff. If like y'all have to defend on a perimeter, you asking a really young big to have it's not possible for him to have the restraint that a big would have with a couple more years of experience to not chase everything when y'all are letting everything through. Like, yeah, he does need to get better at that, but help them too. Like you guys mentioned, it's vets. Like in that backcourt, yeah, man. Like Brad this year, for the way people have been talking about you the last couple years, and we've held other people here have been held accountable for their level of play and other things. So I have no issue saying it. Y'all, it's about that time. We've held other people accountable for things they shouldn't even have been held accountable for. And here we are. So if you're gonna be who people say you are, believe you to be, bro, you need to do it. And this right here, there was no OG and OB out here frustrating and bothering you tonight. What is this? 35 minutes, 14 points? And yeah, I get the Raptors a good defensive team, but again, if you are who people believe you to be, I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. Like OG out, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. And I get, yeah, Scotty's a good young player. You're supposed to be who people view you to be. Hold you accountable. We hold dude with the beard in Brooklyn accountable for not being who he's supposed to be. Hasn't been who he's supposed to be. Been waiting on it. It's been some time. Brad, you also, it's not to that level, but where have you been? I could count the Dallas game this year, and that's about it. Gotta hold you accountable.
Out there. Let me throw it. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
No, I got you. Go ahead.
Let me throw this out there. Maybe he's not being aggressive offensively because he senses how sensitive things are. Like if he start jacking, I think other dudes gonna follow suit and they gonna start jacking.
I
and
got you.
Just blow up the whole. It's just gonna blow up the whole team dynamics. I think he's restraining himself because, dog, come on, dog. I mean, it's Bill, it's his team. Like he can get up on 12 shots. He's being ultra unselfish, trying to get guys involved, getting them going. But it's getting into a dangerous time where that's why I say conversations need to be had. Like fuck your feelings.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you even got feelings. You ain't did nothing since you've been here. Nigga, I'm gonna get my shots and we gonna figure out the rest as we go. But I'm letting y'all know now, 20-25 shots going up every game. Feel how y'all want to feel. Me know. It gotta be like that. You're a 30 point per game scorer.
Yeah.
It just gotta be like that. And that's why certain guys, you see it in Golden State, Steph gonna get his shots up, baby. You know they got a lot of shooters, he gonna get his shots up. He's supposed to. He's the best shooter ever played the game. It's just how KD gonna get his shots up. He's supposed to. That's where you understand certain dudes are what they are, because this isn't working. And as the scouting report has caught up, they're figuring out ways how to limit the other guys. That's when they need Bill to be like, okay, I gotta go to work because the game's slipping. I gotta go to work. Then come back when you get a momentum. Then come back to passing it. And if they acting like they don't want to play, then I'll put 50 on the board. I don't care. But we're not gonna keep taking losses because guys sensitive and trying to prove themselves and think there's something that they're quite not. Because it is showing practice if you were. I don't think Wes Unseld is the type of guy to be like, I'm gonna still favor this guy because we all cool. And it's clear in practice that you're not that dude, man. It's just, it is what it is. And now people finally, I'm for sure, see that certain guys shouldn't have got the contract that they got. I'm not going to say no names. I'm tired of even giving them energy. But, dog, he's just, it's no good, bro. He's not that good of a shooter to me to even warrant that. To offset everything else he don't bring, man. But, yeah, Bill got to get busy. And that's what I mean. Like, then with the veteran stuff, y'all got to lead, though. Like, y'all got to lead. I mean, who else we going to expect to lead?
I think what you said is a fair point. Like, yeah, because again, it's another game where for this year we've seen him make more and create for others, and like you said, that's cool. But conversation has to be had. Everybody that was in that trade knows whose team it is, like you said. And again, double down, you guys are vets. Backcourt, y'all got to lead this team. I gotta lead this team. Obviously, you know, we know what Trez brings and the leadership that he brings, but y'all need to go out and do it. Like you said, you're past that point because right now, during this stretch right here, man, you gonna end up looking up at the East. It's real out there right now, and you know,
And
I'm
who
gonna
will
look
come
up
out
an
the starting
opportunity.
lineup? So let's say Rui do come out. Let's say he playing next game, and he's going to start. Who comes out the starting lineup?
If you're asking me,
I'm asking both of y'all.
oh sure, yeah, cool. Go join the guys coming off the bench. Don't ask me. Yeah, easily. I'm not. Look, I'm so sorry. You telling me I can add another willing defender to the floor that I can count on? Yeah, cool.
And now
So I get a little less playmaking. Cool.
And now we understand what the problem was out La La Land because their teams are picking on him. You see what I'm saying? Like Fred VanVleet, pick and roll. Come on, Kuz, go. Let's have this dance. And it got so bad, you saw Kuz just kind of backing off and all. And I'm like, nah, it's bad, dog. You got to do kind of getting shook to defend. I'm like, you better move your feet. Just do the best you can, dog. And then that's why I got. And Gafford is the shot blocker. The man averaged 7 blocks in high school. Was the SEC leader in shot block. Like his whole DNA is do not allow buckets at the rim, dog. So when he see a couple layups going, he going for the next one. Like, nah, dog. Nah, that's against that irks his soul.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's disrespecting me as a big man. That's how I make my living down there, protecting the basket. You know what I mean? And y'all just let dudes have beeline and stuff like that. Now he too nice, but everybody got a breaking point. Maybe he gotta be the dude to just go off. Because if he go off, he be like, damn, we really must be tricked. That ain't even gas.
Right.
So it gotta be somebody like that snap on, and then I think that's what it needs to happen, man. Sometimes you just like I said, tough conversations. Some egos just gonna have to get bruised. They get over it though.
And yeah, and again, to double down on what you mentioned, you asked me. Yeah, that's the first person that comes to mind. And again, like, look, going back to the other person you mentioned, those minutes are gone when people get healthy, because other people your size can defend. And again, if we're gonna we're gonna look at two people who don't defend very well, and one of you can do multiple things, and you can only do one thing, are you the odd man out? No, you know what I'm saying? Like we get in terms of bench minutes, Denny and Kyle won't get minutes in the rotation. You, sir, you're not.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
no. I got you.
So Rui, you said Rui above Kuz, but
Yeah.
now on Kuz side, oh, I got a championship. Who's this young dude bumping me? So that's how is that. But
hey,
look,
no. I got you. And again, I'm a double down on what you said before. Brad, you wanted a team, lead them, speak, discuss it. It's yours. It's yours. And again, I hear what Kuz is saying, and no disrespect, you got brought here. They drafted him. And that's great. I hear you got a championship, but you also had however X many games to prove that that's your spot. Everybody that's in front of Rui and TB, what game is this, 24? We had 24 games to hold these, at least make the coach be like, man, I can't take him out because it's warranted. But right now, how some of y'all are doing.
Bro, they have 10 losses, 7 are on the road. Dudes can't play on the road, and I'm like you said, help us out. You know he's a first-year coach. You know it's gonna be some things he don't see and all that. But y'all veterans, y'all supposed to kind of ease that burden and stuff like that, man. It's just come on, dog. You can't 40-point quarters and stuff, man. You and then you come out of the second half and they won the second half. But when you score 12 points in the first and then you give up a 40-point, it's hard to recover from that, man. It's hard as hell, and it's the league. You see what I'm saying? So look, man, it is, man. They got some tough decisions to make. It's just
yeah, man. It's some guy give.
And the best part about it is like what we're gonna learn. Like someone's gonna have to give, and it's gonna happen on the road because you're not home. You're not home during this stretch. Like the next, pretty much this month, the next month.
And I want to just say, this. Look, the Kobe's and the Jordans of the world get a bad rap for quote unquote being assholes, right? Now you see why they're assholes, and they won a lot because you gotta have somebody that's that would just look. I mean, just tell you, hey, you ain't in here to shoot the ball, play defense, get the rebound, move the ball, dog. Like you need it just gotta be that way. You see what I'm saying? And this is what Jordan speaks on it all the time. This was his whole message. I need you to be ready come playoff time to make the right play and to make the play that's necessary to help us win. You're not going to be ready playing the way you're playing, and if I'm just easy on you, it's just not going to happen. And this is where I see, and not just with the Wizards, you see it across the league. Guys are really scared. They'll do it subliminally in the media or something like that, but they won't do it face to face with the man right locker right there. You see what I'm saying? And it's fake. You understand what I'm saying? So you need that guy. Like I'll go to State. We know who that guy is. That's Draymond.
All day.
That's Draymond. Though, like that's why you see how quickly they bounce back. They just added a few vets. Things are back to normal. They flowing, smacking teams. Phoenix, that's Chris Paul. The Bucks don't even dog. Giannis works so damn hard. He ain't even got to say nothing. It's just like if you don't even work, you the problem. You getting up out of here, bro.
You just walk around knowing that you're not doing more than him.
Mm-hmm.
You just know it.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's certain teams where you know who that dude is, man. You know what I'm saying? So who's that dude on the Wizards? Outside Trez, I don't know, but he does it so much. Like I said, the voice won't have the same effect. It gotta be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna see.
All right, real quick, then we'll get to the comments. Player of the games tonight. I feel like it's easy, but go ahead, Ray. Hey, look, man, I just have to ask these things. I wish I didn't, but they're on the little chart. I'm going in order. I think we already talked. All right, so Pascal Siakam. All right, cool. You guys happy now? Cool. Pascal Siakam. X Factor. I'll go first, all right? I gave the tag team of Precious Achiuwa and Chris Boucher the edge in tonight's tag team matchup of bigs over Gafford and Trez. That's what I had. Cardell and Ray, what did you guys have as your X Factors?
Wizards 3-point shooting. That was the X Factor.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Ray?
Yeah, I was leaning towards Precious, but yeah, him and Boucher kind of like again, like I was saying when they played Cleveland, you know, it's when the Wizards play teams with these lengthy athletic guys that can match what Gafford and Trez bring, it's tough for them, you know, and the Raptors have them. So yeah, I'll agree with you, Precious Achiuwa and Chris Boucher. You know, they just kind of disrupted things.
All right, and I'll make sure going forward I'll write it down on my notes. Any games where it's clearly obvious and it's to this nature, we'll just keep it moving from player to game. I'll just say a name and figure that the name would be the right one. Real quick, we go through the comments. Shout out to you guys in the comments. Maya, we appreciate you. And again, if you guys are in the comments early near the beginning of the broadcast, just got to give us some time. Give us some time. We'll get through it. So that's what she had to say. What a meltdown. Again, guys, if you guys want to comment, go ahead. If not, I'm going to take the nods of the head in agreement. We'll keep it moving. Again, for Maya, Davis is only good for offense and 3 points, but for the second game in a row, then he refused to pass him when Davis got clean open looks. The chemistry seems to not be good. Both on court at the same time equals a disaster.
He ain't passed it to him this game because he 0 for 6. Like he ain't hitting. And then Scotty Barnes just picking on him, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets old. That's why they were arguing going to the sideline. Because then he had to overhelp because he don't trust that he gonna get that stop. But the problem was, dog, you leaving past your shock him, dog. Like you can't leave that. Like Burst Hands just gotta die on the island. If he dies, he dies. It's sometimes just if he dies, he dies.
Nah, but I'm with you. When you got a matchup like that, hey, look, man, is that's you and your matchup. You can't like if that's against Toronto, you got Pascal, man, that's you. And that's you. You go where Pascal goes, you're a shadow, and everything else, you're oblivious to it. Like you said, that's Davis's issue. That's somebody else's issue. You can't dude had 31 tonight. The sad part, you've been a good defender tonight. I mean, been a good defender this year. So I'm not about to crucify you, being like, oh man, you got cooked and you're a horrible defender. But this is why you shouldn't leave because they're both of y'all.
and certain guys like Shotgun, who's an all-star caliber player, it don't take much. A couple of shots going and it's hell.
Oh man, now. All right, this is about the Brad thing I think earlier.
Who's not worth 240? Oh, Brad? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pow.
I think that's when that popped up.
Oh, man.
Bertans getting Trez money. Oh boy, you're on a roll today, Nizzle. Okay, so no trolling today, just violence. All right. And Nizzle again. I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah, who gonna take
Unless you attach it to a big ticket asset, and that's a whole discussion for another day.
Man, there's a Ben Simmons out there. I'm just gonna be quiet though. He can pass and defend.
What's going with it?
It's a couple players I won't mind. Look. And I'm sure they won't mind. Honestly, they probably, work playing with Embiid and stuff, but there's players out there, man. Look, man. Everybody want to be that guy till they that guy. You know what I'm saying? Look, Mr. Wall's shoes ain't hard. It's hard to fill, despite what people say. I'm just leaving it at that.
Oh man! All right, Spencer takes everything so chill. His excuses, explanation seems like he doesn't care so much about regular season. I wouldn't say that. I think he just has one of those. Is his natural like autopilot demeanor, like his disposition, is that just his words are his words more so than what it looks like or whatever. Like you could be nonchalant and still be pissed, upset, mad, angry, and everything else.
No, I just think he's a media savvy. He ain't gonna give us too much ammo, so he's gonna keep it generic and keep it moving. That's just what vets do. But the only thing about him I don't like, man, push the ball though. Him and Bill, they get the ball. I'm like, we got numbers. They just like, yo, push the ball so we can get some easy points. That's another problem with them. They don't really get a lot of easy points outside lobs to Gafford or Trez or something like that. And against a good defensive team with length and athleticism like the Raptors, them Jones gonna be hard to come by. So, that's the only thing with him. But he just ain't trying. He's not gonna give us any ammo. Be out in the media talking about stuff.
Brandon Hunter, we have a problem, but Rui will assist in our recovery to consistently winning. First, Bill has to have a go-to floater specifically. We don't score easy enough. I think that's agreeing with all of us with the pace. That would help you score easy a little bit if when you have numbers, you push the ball. But Trez must improve on defense as well. I can go ahead on that one.
All right, for Rui. Yeah, he assists, but he's still it's gonna take him time to get his feet up. You know what I'm saying? Get his breath back, though. He's been off for a minute. He ain't played since the Olympics. So you can't expect him to come here and be the hero, you know what I'm saying? And he got to figure out how to play with certain guys as well. That's what we've been saying the entire time. But if he comes back and he's Rui, yes, he will assist, but other guys got to do their job too, because it won't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Bill has a floater. He has a floater. He has everything you need. He just, like I said, I think he's just trying to get everybody involved right now. But if we know him like we think we know him what he is, his patience is probably wearing thin. So I expect to see more aggressive Bill coming very soon. And Trez, he has his moments, man. He's over aggressive closeouts and stuff like that. But man, at this point, man, besides some of these dudes are just non-existent on defense, man, I live with that, man. They be over aggressive, dog. Like show a post, dog. Let's go do it where it costs us a game. Be smarter, but
right.
But no, at least the effort is, man. I can't get mad. It's just, Lord Jesus, man.
At least you're trying to do right. They don't pass the ball. I'm a guess to say this is Denny. And then another one about Denny. He's not reliable on offense. He should pass the ball on offense and not shoot brick after bricks the last couple of games. I would just say this because I am old enough to remember when a bunch of y'all were at Rui's neck every night. It felt like just be patient with Denny. Like I think we've all talked about multiple times. The kid's pressing. It'll come. It's not like he has a talent issue or he's not able to do certain things. Just give him time and it happen. Like this is the part when you do draft people in the lottery or you draft young players, period. There's ups, there's downs, and then they'll find their consistent place. But the journey to that place, you gotta live with it. Gotta live with some of it.
Well, Denny is not getting the ball because he's shooting bad. He's shooting 43% from the field, 31 from three, and 65 from the line. my problem with Denny is he just got hooped. He just got shut up and hoop.
Mhm.
And Marcel talked about that in the post game a couple games ago. He's complaining to the refs. The refs, first of all, you're a young player. To them, you like, who are you to be questioning what I just called? So you're gonna piss them off. Now it's gonna affect your whole team because they ain't gonna call out of spite, not call nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So you're frustrated because now you know it's a crybaby, and on top of that, you're not producing at a level where when you speak, it warrants them to even acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just the fact. You know, it's the league. Like it's the highest level of basketball. Everybody got egos. So it doesn't matter what he needs to control his emotions, man, and just be even kill. Shit, adopt some of what Unsel's how his emotion. You rarely see him rattle. Adopt some of that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you over emotion all the time, you just come off like it's a crybaby and you turn everybody off. So, you know, bottom line is if he plays better, he'll get more plays drawn up for him. Makes more shots, more plays be drawn up for him. Common sense.
Yeah, like you and Ray have been saying this whole year, just he got to turn that thing off and just play basketball. He's very capable. Turn it off. Just play.
Hold on. A Sixers fan said they don't want Bertans another me. Said, no, don't step over here. I ain't in the comments. I got to tell you, they like they don't.
It's from Myers. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on. This is the first thing she had. Talk about Denny, and then say when that on Gaff at times, it just drains the energy out of everybody.
Gav Cross? Gav don't say nothing. No, he just Gav don't say nothing. Neto, I understand why you say he pissed. He's one of the few people playing defense getting his little ass knocked around, and you get mad when you on the ground a lot. You know, like
see, that's how they almost got back into the game tonight.
That's my point. You see, they're producing consistently at a higher level than Denny, and they're veterans, so they warrant a certain type of respect. Denny is in his second year and hasn't done much. So when you crying, you just a youngin' just crying. Get out my face. Like, what do you know? It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? And they lucky they got these new school refs because like them Steve Jabbies and stuff we grew up on, have them up out of there, dog. Like, ask Tim how that work out, baby. Ask Tim. Getting text on the bench laughing like it was real back then.
You got to take this for speaking out of turn because you was a young buck.
But you about it there.
Just for speaking. But look, y'all, we want to thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy the rest of tonight. Obviously, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. I think they take on Indiana tomorrow night. I could be wrong. I think that's who it is. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night, same, roughly around the same time. I think tomorrow's game starts at 7. So y'all have a great one again. Thank you for riding with us. Don't forget, as soon as the broadcast starts, hit the comment sections, follow Maya's lead along with everyone else. And, when we get to the end of the show, when we get through, player of the game and X Factor or whatnot, we'll get into the comments with you guys and get into a discussion. Again, y'all have a good one.